Good day everyone, and today I'm going to show you the unboxing for this mouse, a Rapoo 7800 5GHz mouse. So from the brand name itself, it says it's the ultimate wireless. So this one I got it from one of the local store. Price and performance ratio seems to be quite good, as it's cost only 89 ringgit Malaysia for such a mice. There's actually two Rapoo protective security stickers on top, and there's also another one at the bottom which I had removed it. So from the packaging itself is very normal, very simple. Yeah, you can't get to feel the mouse, by the way. So you just can just have a look like this, and you quite to get a feel of it, and you decide whether you want it or not. So from here, it also states that it's compatible with Windows 8, and it seems to be, it has a laser tracking, laser anywhere, has a nano receiver. As we can see here, there's actually a nano receiver, and there's a 4D scroll wheel, which I'm actually looking for a 4D scroll wheel. So there's from here itself, we can see there's actually a left and right. On the left and right, click on the middle scroll, and there's actually an extra feature, which is this is so-called the zoom functionality, which we will go through later. There's actually also a forward and backward button at the side. Okay, so it's a very neat packaging, and the cost of this mouse is only as much as this, so it's a very considerably by observation, is actually very it has a very good performance to price ratio. So yeah, below the label we can actually see there's it's running on a 5 GHz and has a 12-month battery life in a one single charge or one single change of battery. So it's actually quite impressive. Okay, so let's have a look at the back. So from the features here, we are able to see that it's going to use a 5 GHz wireless transmitter and receiver, so it's not going to interfere with your any existing 2.4 GHz devices. Okay, so it also has this adjustable HD laser engine. So it's from one click of button, we are actually able to switch from 800 to 1006 dBi. So there's actually two modes that we can change it. Okay. So it is also so-called powerful. There's actually many buttons in this mouse, so we can actually customize it using the software. It's compatible with quite a lot of Windows, as we see. So it comes with a wireless mouse, nano receiver, 2 AA batteries, which is reinstalled, and there's a quick start guide with a driver CD, and there's a Chinese and English and Korean. Yeah, there's quite a lot of languages they are having here. So it's really a laser product. It's not an invisible optical. Do note that some of the Rapoo series mouse are using an invisible optical technology, which I had also previously owned one. It seems like laser, but it is not really a laser product. It's not really using a laser sensor. So from the telltale of this package, it seems like laser anywhere. So, and from another hint here, we have this class 1 laser product label here. Seems to be quite convincing that it is a laser product, and yeah, it comes with 2 years warranty. So yeah, it's quite bang for a buck. So let's unbox it. Okay, let's unbox. So from the bottom, we can also see some of the very basic trademark with some barcode and Windows logo and FCC and all of the certifications that they have, and the battery mercury level, everything is compliant to the environment or something. And we have a serial number here also. We have a serial number printed below. So okay, let's open it from the bottom. Okay, so the packaging is a bit not that easy to take it out one-handed. Okay, so yeah, so it's just a now it's just a clear plastic box, so I'll just put it aside. Okay, so now we have this mouse. We have a good look of it. Okay, so yeah, as usual, and we have some writings here. Let's have focus on it. 5G wireless, adjustable HD laser engine, and power customized function. With I didn't mention of it. To open it, okay. Yeah, as usual, there looks like we're gonna open it from here. We have a CD which says that it's a wireless keyboard and mouse driver. I don't know why they bundle it with a keyboard driver. Okay, it says it's for compatible with XP, Vista 7 and 8, which is that will be great for all our current PC. And it seems that this is an 2013 production model, and probably the technology, probably the design is from 2013 design. Okay, and we also have this pictorial quick start guide. So basically it's quite a lot of pictures. So basically showing you, okay, just let's have a look. Showing you on how to use the mouse. Basically you just turn on, you just plug in the receiver into the USB, and step 2, you will need to remove the cover, place the batteries, and seems like they have provided a slot to store your receiver too. And third step will be it's showing you the forward and backward button, and seems like a browser forward and backward, and there's actually a battery load indicator on this side. Okay, I'll just have a look later. And there's actually a zoom in zoom out button. However, it seems to be only compatible with Windows 7 logo. Okay, yeah, you have a good look at it. So it's only compatible with Windows 7, so we might need to try it out later. So this is a very simple instruction guide, and let's see on the back. So there's actually a troubleshooting. So basically it's just very simple stuff. Copyright, safety instruction, and have warranty. Okay, there's not much details in it, and below that is all the Chinese words, and it seems to be like a warranty card, but it's only valid in China, so I'm not very sure how the warranty works, but you can just bring back to your dealer. Okay, so this will be the driver and the CD. Okay, let's have a look at the mouse. So this will be the mouse itself, so I think there's actually nothing wedged between anymore. Yep, seems to be only a mouse. Okay, I will take some time to open this. Okay, seems to be ready. Okay, I see. Okay, the mouse is actually sliding up. Okay, there's a hard hit. Let's just put all this aside. So the mouse just came out. Okay, so now this one, just put it aside. I've forgotten my receiver. Okay, so it's as usual, it's a tiny receiver that we can see across even with the same as other manufacturer. The size is pretty much very small and has a Rapoo etching on it. There's actually a resistance here, but probably with this you can put your nails in and easily to plug it out easier. Here we have the mouse. Okay, see, so let's have a good look of the mouse. Okay, the button feels quite solid. Is actually in my expectation. The feel is not that bad, not that cheap 10 ringgit mouse. No, is the clicks. This sounds a bit, but it's not very disturbing. But the feel is there. The feel is there. The solid feel is there actually. Is it's quite glossy. This is glossy. And we have the tip wheel. Okay, the tip wheel is quite sturdy as well. It's not the feeling of being ripped off with a cheap tip wheel. The left-right tips feels solid, quite solid too. Actually, it's better than these two clicks, the feel. Okay, and we have this DPI change setting. Okay, this feels quite not that sturdy. Yep, this one feels not that good, but probably quite easy, as you can just change your DPI via your your fingers. No need to just go and mouse it that purposely to change your DPI. So it might be helpful. And there's actually a quick access zoom button here, which I found it okay. There's actually no, you won't feel any click, but it's actually there's actually a spring action, as you can see here. I just pull, you spring back. Yeah, just push it forward and you spring back. So it's not really a click thing. It might not generate enough physical feedback, but yeah, overall I still quite like the feeling of it, because pushing it forward and having a click sound will be quite awkward sometimes for the operation of a zoom operation or zoom out operation. There's actually a small, it's a movement, kind of losing up, but it's not very bad. It's acceptable. For me, it's still acceptable. So we have this forward backward button, and they are placed a bit quite awkward, as a lot of people have commented that the position of these two forward and backward buttons is quite out. It's placed too out of the mouse. Okay, that may be a very first design flaw that they have over here. And yeah, so the mouse basically is quite monolithic, except with these two reflective lining around, and it says it's on a Rapoo 5 GHz connection, and it's so called, let's make it a focus well, so it's actually a performance laser mouse, as they claim. Okay, the side here is a very smooth rubbery surface that we can actually feel. It's not okay, yeah, it's a real rubber. It's not a plastic being sandblasted. It's real. It's a real rubber feeling over here. And yeah, you can actually scratch it from here. You can feel that it's really rubber on the thumb side, and that on this side also, on this side too, is actually it's a real genuine rubber running over. So yeah, it has no, the rubber is it's just a very smooth surface. No, there's no actually some patterns or some dot patterns to increase grip. So it's a very, actually just a very simple design, but quite intuitive. It fits my hand quite well. The size of the mouse itself is quite huge, but it's actually comfortable and ergonomic to hold it. Okay, let's see. Oh, okay, we have some things sticking out here, so I think it's a battery thing. So I can actually turn on the unit, and the switch is here, and it actually states quite nothing underneath. There's 3 rubber pads, running pads over the bottom. Let's go ahead and open the battery cover. Okay, it feels quite solid. This feels quite solid. It just pops up. Just yeah, there's no no shakiness or anything. It is really sturdy. There's actually they are held by very strong sturdy clips, as you can see here. So okay, so this is a storage place for the receiver, and yeah, let's try to store it. Okay, it fits in quite loosely. It's not a snug fit as I had expected. It actually fits in quite, it's actually just the receiver actually just slides in that's easily. Probably good for you putting in, but it's not very sturdy hole. Okay, there's actually sounds running around. Yeah, so your dongle can just drop out like that. Yeah, but luckily we have the battery cover covering it, so it's not going to be a major problem. So okay, let's have a look. So it's running on a 2 AA batteries. So this battery is actually already supplied by the manufacturer. It's aligned such in a way that the negative terminal are actually running on one side and the positive terminal running on this side. Yep, just pops right out. and let's see what's content here. So it runs at this wireless laser mouse is a 7800p, has some IC and FCC ID, confirmed is made in China with my serial number over here, and this is some certification that they got. So it's running on it can run on a single battery at 30 milliamp. These two batteries will probably make up 12 months of the battery life. So when you're done aligning all the clips together, there's 3 at here and actually 3 at the back, which makes it quite turgid. So you just slide it in. Yep, it's very turgid. The feeling is there. Okay, it's not that cheap. So we have the mouse here and the dongle here. Let's throw this away, and okay, let's turn it on and see what's going to happen. So as I turn on, there's actually there's actually a battery level indicator over on this side, and this one probably shows that it's initialized. That's better than what I expected. There's actually an indicator. Okay, but my dongle is not plugged, so let's try and plug it into the PC now. As instructed by instruction manual, the first step you will need to be turn on the mouse, so I turn it on. Okay, so I'm going to plug the dongle in. This is the step 2 of the inside the quick start manual. So let's try and have a look how it's running. Okay, so it seems to fit pretty small inside on your USB port, so you can actually just plug and forget. No need to keep on plugging it out unless you are not comfortable with such positioning. So we can see there's actually driver are running. Driver just installed. Okay, yep, I am actually able to use my mouse immediately now. There's no battery indicator like always on. Probably that will drain out a lot of battery too. Now I'm going to try and change the DPI over here, and let's have a look at what happens. So it seems that it's on there's 2 blinks here, so let's press again. This 1 blink, these 2 blinks. So I'm going to guess that 1 blink means it's a 800 DPI and a 2 blink is probably on a 1600 DPI. So I'm going to go back on 1 blink first. So this will be a 800 DPI movement. So as you can see, it's a small movement. I'm going to change it now to 1600 DPI. So it's going to be 2 dot, and yeah, the cursor is actually moving quite fast. It's faster than expected. Okay, so so this is a default driver. I had not installed the driver CD as given by Rapoo. So the scrolling is actually quite solid. I had not expected such build quality from such price. The mouse actually feels quite heavy in hand, but it's not really that heavy which you need to give very much an effort to move it, but it's actually feels quite nice in a way that there's actually some sturdy work done on the mouse. Let's see, I'm going to press the back button now. Okay, seems to be work quite well. I'm going to go for the forward button. Backward, forward. So let's try to go forward back to the normal web page that we had seen just now. Let's say I'm unable to see some words. I would like to zoom in. Okay, we have a magnifier suddenly popping out. The zoom button of the mouse actually brings out a new magnifier. Probably I'll just reprogram using the driver software into some other functionality. Let's see, is it able to run on a single battery as stated in its battery cover specification. So I'm going to take out a battery now. I'm not sure which one, but I'll just pick it up a random one. Probably it will run on either one battery is installed. So I'm going to remove one now. Okay. Yep, it's working on one battery. To prove that, I'll just turn it off. And I'm turning it on now. As we can see here, it seems to be working on running on one AA batteries itself. So this is actually quite good, as you may tend to select your weight the battery becomes a weight balancing of your mouse. So if you probably want something fast, something light, feather light for gaming, which you probably need it, you might just as well go for one battery installation. While if you probably like a lot of this very detailed, you need a very steady movement of your mouse, probably you would like to have two batteries on. For me, mostly for office and browsing, so I would prefer two of the batteries on. It's feeling heavier and the grip seems to be better for me. Okay, so this will be whatever that is here on the mouse. I tested the functionality. This mouse is now running on a native Windows driver. So let's see does the CD does anything good to this. Probably especially the zooming function that I'm actually hoping for. Alright, we are now back to install the driver. As we can see, the CD is provided as a keyboard and a mouse driver, but from Rapoo itself. As the driver is installing, I will just go through some of the very physical, being physical with the mouse that I have some moment just now. Physically, appearance of the mouse is actually a very monochrome looking with a brownish accent, and there's actually a bold mirror silver finish over it. So as we can see here, there's actually some friction feeling, probably not the rubbery feeling that you might get in some mouse, and not the very plasticky feeling that you can get with the mouse. This is probably is caused by its paint itself. Is there's actually some frictions while running your hands through, running your fingers through, and it might get up some dirt pretty much very quick. But luckily, it's very easily removed with some just cloth and water. While the sides of the mouse is actually made of pretty much a clear acrylic, and probably to complement the look of the mouse, as we can see here, the contour and the shape of the mouse. And at the side here, we can see there's actually two very large rubber pads that we are having here. So both at the sides are running on rubber pads. Hopefully it doesn't really wear out that fast, probably deteriorate. The overall mouse is quite complemented on the physical appearance, and pretty much quality is quite well built. Some of the sounds which can be heard are unidentified, probably from some of the very minor loose parts inside, but it's quite tolerable. Upon rebooting of my computer, there's actually a new desktop icon created for this program, and the program is actually running on inside your taskbar, so you can actually click on it. And this is what I had shown from my initial setting. Pretty much weird, is set to E9270p. I'm not very sure what it's running off, but seems like we can set it from here. So I'll just pick up 7800p. Okay, yep, seems like this is the model that we have it. As we can see, so this will be our mouse. Actually, we can mouse over and we can see the interactive the icon running around. So we are able to assign all the clicks that we have over here, and even on your tilt wheel you can actually customize it. So I'll try to customize the zoom in and see what's having here. So actually there's actually a lot of functions running over. You can make a combo key of it, you can make basic functions, or you can take some advanced function, mouse function, multimedia that you would like to probably volume up or volume down. And there's actually a Windows 8, which is quite interesting here. So we can actually go to the start screen search pane, chance bar, and zoom in, zoom out, I'll see. So probably this is the Windows default magnifier that we had seen just now. So I can actually switch it to many other things that we want. We can actually disable it, or probably you would like to run some key combination as well, probably to bring out the chance bar or something. But now it's actually running on here, so there's no need for me to make a key combo that I'll like to have that shortcut. So yep, so we can quite the program itself is quite interactive, and anything goes wrong, just hit the restore button, OK, cancel, apply. So it's a very simple program that we are running here. So to conclude, the Rapoo 7800p mouse is indeed, the price itself is competitive and considerably cheap compared with other manufacturers. When compared to the number of buttons, which this mouse actually has 10 buttons plus the scroll wheel, so basically it's counted as an 11 button mouse. So this is actually a very high performance over price ratio. It's running on a 5 gigahertz frequency, which won't interfere with your equipment, and the mouse itself, the design is very ergonomic. It has a very familiar layout that you can see in other manufacturers as well. It's comfortable in hand, and the rubber lining on both sides really helps on building up your familiarity to your mouse, and probably boost up some of the making the mouse pretty much very sturdy. And the friction material, or probably the paint itself over here, actually suits what already a user need. There are some friction over here to enable easier clicking, and probably just holding it just feels better than running acrylic over it. So the friction and the acrylic complement of the mouse is actually pretty nice. Top up with some brown accent on the buttons, the wordings and labels, and brown and silver accent over here also. So looks probably looks classier. Buttons are placed quite well, I would say. Especially for this DPI button, you can just switch your DPI on fly if you are familiar with the mouse and your setting. And the zoom button works quite well as well. It's just the placement is just perfect for easy access. Okay, so for this mouse, it is also able to switch your DPI on the fly, and best of all, it comes with a DPI viewer as well. You know which DPI you are switching, and 800 or 1600, and it also comes with a good battery indicator that we have seen just now. The software part will be the customizable keys. It is fully customizable to whatever commands or combo keys that you need. Probably you would like to replace the zoom button pretty much for me. It comes with a stock Windows 8 support, so which means that you are able to just launch start screen or pull out your charms bar just by gliding it over your zoom button over here. And we have some cons of the mouse, but it is important to understand that the mouse is running at 5 gigahertz at a higher frequency. Probably the battery life from 2AA batteries is due to just the 5 gigahertz frequency itself. And the zoom button is a bit flimsy. The build is not there for the zoom button, and the outward placement of the forward and backward button probably is just not that nice. Probably just a bit inside or down a bit, you feel just nicer. And one of the problems that you may have from this mouse is probably you accumulate some dirt or dust over here, but not really a big deal. You can just clean it with a wet paper towel, not very dripping wet, just some wet paper towel, and you'll be fine. The mouse will just look great again. And another thing is that there's actually an unknown sound which happens when I shake the mouse, but the build quality is good from the outside. Probably just some it's very small minor aesthetic issue that I'm particular of. Yep, overall it's a pretty much great mouse, and thank you for having a look.